All right. So we got SRG on Watch. We also have USCA, and we also have GROV. I guess BBBY is also there, but same with GROV. I'm not really interested in these. They don't have like any true chart patterns or anything to them that I can go off of. But we know these are former runners. Jesus. So yesterday, I realized I could have been pretty much not green, but almost break even if it wasn't for my last trade. So I'm gonna try and not slip up like that again because I could have been green yesterday or just not trade anything at all, but I decided to trade something. And the meta trade obviously just didn't work out. That one I cut it short like immediately, and then it bottomed out here and finally took off. So I got out basically up here, just the wrong time to get in, I guess. I don't have much confidence in it breaking today. If it somehow breaks today, I'd be extremely surprised. Uh, I don't know. I'd be really surprised if it broke today. So it would be impressive. Um, Definitely be something different for me if it did. But I might watch it. It just depends. Not sure what I want to really do with it. At this point, I've lost so much to meta already that it's just not even worth taking a stab on it anymore until there's a proper setup or until like I just learn to manage my risk properly and control myself with the stock in general. So I'm not really feeling meta today, but if I were to pick a side, it would be the put side. I wouldn't have much confidence in it breaking high or anything today. Okay. Okay. So let's go to SRG. USCA. There's nothing that looks good to me. If I'm being real, pre-market there's just nothing to. It's gonna be kind of like yesterday. SRG is easy to borrow though, which isn't so bad. I could get in here for a potential curl towards VWAP, but I would probably want to sell right here at 925. Like I wouldn't want to hold this one very long. I don't have confidence in this. Under VWAP, I don't think this has much potential. So right there, I probably would have got rid of it at 25 if I did get in on that position. There's 35. Wow, well, this is an amazing recovery. I'm really surprised about this one right now. But we do have a rejection right here, so I would have got rid of it way too early if I was in on it. But could have been an amazing entry there, for sure. Let's go check on meta real quick. Which I don't know why I keep focusing on meta. It's like I'm trying to revenge trade this so bad. It's hilarious because I keep double checking it like, oh my god, it's gonna fill that gap. Like, oh my god, that's the only strategy I have on it. Should I get in here actually? Focusing on SRG. I'm gonna get in for the break of. I'm in there at 40 for the break of 50. So I'm gonna try and sell that at 48 since we didn't get the immediate break of 50. So we get a retest of it. Canceling my order. I'm gonna try. Well, I got out a little early. I pressed it on 49, but took a really small share size just because it's a little choppy. I tried to sell at 49, but I wasn't filled there. Immediate rejection. Once I had that retest of 40 or 50 again, I got rid of it. So in at 40 out of 45. 10-minute doesn't look so bad. Neither does the next 5-minute, but I want to make sure that it's gonna hold. So far, it's struggling below VWAP here. I needed to show a little more strength in this. Just that rejection in general, not an immediate rip of 50. Doesn't have me super convinced just yet. Let's see, I'll take a bigger share size position here if I do feel a little more confident in it. Broke 38 there for a second. It's holding, but I don't know if I feel comfortable taking the size right here. taking a position here, especially the bigger sides. So good thing I didn't take an entry there. Just kind of gotta wait for it. We need for it to prove some strength. It's setting up in a symmetrical triangle right now, so I'm just gonna let it do what it needs to do. We do have one profitable trade on it, but it wasn't as significant as I thought it was, or as I hoped it would be. So we could potentially get in on this next 1 minute, depending on how it finishes here. I wouldn't mind getting in for a next 1 minute high. Really, I should probably wait for this next 1 minute to open and figure itself out before I hop in, just to get in for the next 5-10 minute high. So there's a drop. Now it's opening pretty low here. So if this can somehow recover and finish nicely up there at the 40s, back towards VWAP, I wouldn't mind getting in again. But the way it's rejecting here, which I just realized it's easy to borrow again, I forgot about that. So we could wait for it as a pull back towards VWAP and try to get in for a short position. MACD's curling perfectly. But I'm still looking at this to the long side. If it can recover, I'm looking at this to the long side. Because on the 5 minute, it'd have to break this low. And then we could see it through 9. So it'd have to hold below 910 for sure. And then we could see this below 9. And then it would have to hold below 9. My target would then be like 850 here. Whatever this horizontal would be here would be my first target. So be it about 850, yeah. So here's a nice recovery. Let's see, I want to make sure it can recover VWAP here. I don't want to see it reject. So there it broke its high with an immediate rejection. Five-minute MACD is about to cross here. But are we going to get that rejection? The 1 minute MACD looks like it wants to cross back down, while the 5 minute looks like it wants to curl back up. Just judging by how low it finished there and how easily it rejected VWAP, I should probably get in for an entry to the downside. I could take bigger size. I could start with 500. So part of me there felt I should have gotten in at around 19. I was about to press the trigger at 19, but got a little hesitance there. Could still get in here at 15. Go for the push of 9. 908. Just hasn't had a proper pullback like a bull flag yet, so that's why I don't really want to enter here. So it broke there to 907, now it's popping all the way back up. So I don't want to get in too late for a short if there is one. Nothing else has hit the scan just yet. Go back to meta. But check the hourly and stuff on meta. Let's see what it's doing at the moment actually. Just sideways for now. They have the potential to curl. They all have the potential to just curl. So that's what I'm a little nervous about. If I were to take an entry here to the short side, I'd be a little nervous that it would want to curl on me on all the other time frames because it has that potential to curl on the MACD. And then that's what I always scare myself with on the MACD. So right here, actually, I could enter for a short, but the 5 minutes looks strong and it's actually curling here. Just the 1 minute I don't trust. I would need that 1 minute to actually curl down below. But you see it breaks up and then it has immediate rejection. We could take 500 shares for the possible potential break of the next last 1 minute high here. Could get in around view up. Just got in there at 39, looking for the break over 50. See if we can get that. Well, I got the 48 fill there. There's a break of 50. That's what I was looking for, but what I figured, I'd rather have undersold that just because of how often we had seen it break and then chop back down like immediately. So I was afraid of not getting filled and then it coming all the way back down to 45. So I love these entries here whenever it has a massive rip and then it holds above VWAP. These to me are like the most obvious and most fun entries because usually you get a big rip like that. So we got to pull back and then, you know, now leg up. Kind of a flag, I guess, but this one's just, it was mainly chopping in this range. Now we have an immediate rejection. I could flip short here for a break below VWAP. Let's see what it wants to do. It would technically start repeating its pattern again. That was a really nice trade there, 39 to 48. Wasn't 10 cents. I thought I got it filled a little higher, but 39, no, yeah, 39 to 48. ISIG's in the scans. Next 5 minutes gonna open here, actually. Could get in with another 500 shares here. Could get in for an early entry on this, but the way it's finishing low here makes me a little hesitant. The next 10 minutes gonna open, so 960 would be the target. Could enter at VWAP. I don't like the way it's not holding this level here so well. It's holding VWAP, but it has that hesitant feeling going on, just kind of how it was back here, where it was kind of like, I don't know, and then it flashed below before we saw it pop back up. So there's a break below VWAP. Could get in at 38 still by the dip on it. I'd like to see this one finish higher, about 45, finish green. It's 42. There's 45. This is looking really good now. It's just, now it's finishing a little too high. I don't want it to break its last 1 minute high here. I'm in there for the break. See if we get that high break, 52 now. I should probably sell it right here instead of take this loss. All the way back up to 50 there. Should I just cut it? I'm in at 52. It's 51. Can we see this last 5 and 10 minute high break? Should I average into it? I'm in really high, just like I suspected I would be getting in. I expected an immediate break, didn't have it. There's 57, selling right there, 58. Double top there, getting rid of it. 64, broke its last 10, 5 minute high. I didn't quite get that fill there. A little longer. A little sloppy of a trade there, if I'm being honest. That was a little sloppy. Could have held a little longer for the break of the 5 and 10 minute high. It's just the choppiness of the stock so far. I'm not really convinced on it yet. I got it at 50, actually, not 52, although it's just 52. So several profitable trades already today. It's just a little sloppy trades from my end. I gotta correct myself. Still green regardless, but now that I have a cushion, I could take a larger share position. It's just now we're slowing down here. I would potentially ride this to 1090, which is the 200, but we already have our second leg up. I'd be pushing it on a third. So here's our first flag, basically. Here's the second one, and let's see if we get that third pullback. Right now, it's kind of pushing it. I was very confident in this one just because of its 5 and 10 minute break. I had a feeling it would break those highs, so that's why I got in there. Gotten a little late, I would honestly say. Got in pretty late, but got in late, sold too quick. But I'd rather be profitable than it snap back down on me and I immediately lose everything. JMIA hitting the scans. Okay, ISIG, rejection. TH also hit the scans for a while. But honestly, the best one looks like SRG right now. This one has the most most attention on it, so I'm gonna focus on this one. Now we have a doji here, and that's not what I'm really looking for. Next 5 minute will open, but I think the next 5 minutes is gonna have to sideways consolidate. So we'll have to see some consolidation here on the side before we see another rip to the highs here. Unless this thing just randomly takes off. I feel if it at this point I should be taking smaller size instead of larger size because it's already slowing down, and I should probably wait it out. The dips are getting bought up though, which I am noticing here. I kind of want to see this break 10. I think it definitely has the potential to break 10 because we made a move from 40 to 70 here in one candle. So 30 cents, and 10's only 30 cents away. It's just that's gonna be a little stretch if it breaks there. 9.10 to about 9.45. So another 30-cent move. So this one typically has 30-cent move potentials. A 30-cent potential move, Jesus. I just don't know if I want to get in on it right now. I feel like not that it's getting extended, I just feel like it's made pretty significant moves right now to where it's just slowing down up here. We're going to see some consolidation, I think. Sideways consolidation until the next 10 minute. Which I'm fine waiting for. I don't mind waiting for the next 10 minutes. Let's check out Meta real quick. Meta's sideways up here. So SRG. It is forming a descending triangle here. So it's not making a new high. If it can't make a new high, then we're perfectly good, I'd say. If it breaks lower here on this next 1 minute, then we're kind of done. Now if it breaks out and rejects, I would also say we're kind of done. There's 70 now. I mean, I could get in here for the rip to 90 and break this last high. I have 77. Could get in here at 68 for that break. 73 and a rejection. Could short it here. I should have shorted it up there and then go for the break of 50. That would have been a really nice trade here so far. It's 58, 57. We can definitely get that break. Ugh. So there's 53. That would have been an amazing trade if I would have taken that short. Man, what a missed opportunity it was there for me. That sucks. If it pops here, I could still enter, but I don't want it to look strong on me at that point. Man, that sucks. So we still got a while before the next 5 and 10 minute open. What an amazing short that would have been, really. Damn, what a wasted short opportunity. That would have put me green like significantly today if I took that 500 share position on this one. 970 is where I would have entered basically. That's where I was debating if it if it had a false break there, which I had a feeling it would, then I mean it was gonna reject, but I didn't feel like pressing the trigger for whatever reason. I didn't feel like taking it. I guess I just wasn't that confident in it to take that position. And now I don't want to chase it on the move back down because as I've seen previously in these candles back here, all the dips are getting bought up. So that's why I'm kind of like, I could have shorted right here at 950 even for that break, and that still would have been a 20-cent move all the way to 930. But I mean, even then I didn't get in on it. I'm just hesitant on it. I'm gonna have to wait for this one to set up or set something else up for me. This would be pretty much a pullback. If it can get back to 960, I might enter for another short. If it holds 960 though, then it would be long. I'd have to cancel my short, go long. I would need a pullback though for this next 5-minute low to break. And when the 5-minute low breaks, I'd have to see it come back to about 920, 915. That would be my next target. I'd say like 920 would be my first. I'm gonna wait for this next 5 minutes to open. I would like for it to pull back. I wouldn't want it to look super strong above VWAP though. If it breaks above VWAP, I don't want to definitely see it reject. I don't want to get in too early here. So I should have entered right there around 40 at the VWAP. I do like its next 10-minute, and we could possibly go for the break of this low here on the 10-minute, which is 9 flat. But I'll start with small size on it. It's basically a head and shoulders kind of. So to the long side, I feel like SRG is kind of done. I don't want to see it break its low here. If it breaks its low and then recovers massively, then that would kind of suck. I want to see some sideways consolidation here, back to VWAP, and then a rejection again. I really don't want to chase it. Double bottom there on the 5-minute low. A lot of green coming through, no movement. There's the break. So we got the 5-minute low break. We could chase this to the high side now. We could start going long on it because now it's slowing down around 920. There is support around 920, so I could have bought around there. And it broke its low. It still needs to cross in the 5-minute MACD, but I think at this point it's retraced so much that we do need a green candle in. So I could get in here at 930. Looking for a possible crawlback to VWAP 940, but it's only worth 10 cents. That's if it comes to 10 cents. I'd be risking a lot more than I'd be losing, I think. To break a 920 would be pretty significant. Really, I'd only be going for 7 cents because 3 cents would be commission. So it's not really worth it. So here's our first pullback on it. I could get in for a short up here. It is flagging on the 1-minute at this point. Going back to 30 here. I don't want to see it drop massively right now. I want to see it hold its level kinda, and then the next 1-minute we short it for a possible retest of 920. But here it goes. So I'm getting in really late on this one. I'm missing all the opportunities to go short on it. I'm hesitating too much. Could get in at 25 right here too. I'm just so afraid of it bouncing on me down here at this level. It would need to break its low here and then really flush down below 920. I'm just hesitating so much on the short because I missed this whole move already. I feel like it has the potential to curl. Just because, like back here, that's why I hesitated to begin with. Is because the dips were getting bought up all back here. So now that it's kind of finding a bottom here, I'm kind of like, well, should I even bother wasting my time getting in? Is it flagging still, or is this going to be a flush down below 920? Break of 920, we have room to 10. 925, here's the break. 24, 23. Not quite the break yet. Did break lower, but it's not breaking anything significant. I'm surprised. And now the dip's getting bought up here. This is looking pretty strong at this point, so I might just flip long here down while it's down here. But I don't want to get in for a false break and massive rejection. There's a lot of support there at 26. That huge bid just came in. I think it's gonna be a false break, judging by how low the 5 minutes opening here. I feel like it's gonna be a false break to the high side. We do have a lot of support there at 26, but like again, how low it finished. Since I don't know for sure what it wants to do, I'm not gonna take an entry on it. It doesn't make sense. Just because I don't know for sure, I'm not gonna push my luck. Could get in for the break of 6 on this one. We have a lot of sellers stacked around 6 though. 606, 607, 605, 6. A lot of sellers stacked there. Broke like nothing though, I guess. Big seller at 611 though. There's so many stacked there. Man. Part of me feels I should just wrap it up. I could get in here at 605 and go for that high day break. Target would be the break at 610 if I were in. Might need some more time. So 7, there's 9, there's 10. So it broke its high by like 1 cent. But that's all I'd be going for, really. I mean, would that have been worth it? Not really. Let's go check out SRG, make sure it's not doing anything crazy without us. 1 minute MACD is curling here. 10 minutes still holding this 920 low though. Like this is actually impressive. It's almost a triple bottom at this point. This one touch, this one touch, this one touch. But like it's practically a triple bottom and it's still holding its level. It's not giving up here. So part of me feels I should go long on it. But for some reason I feel like it's gonna be a false break and it's just gonna start flushing down here, just judging by how low it's gone and how low the volume is. So there's the final break. Jesus. There's the break we were looking for a long time ago. See if we see a massive recovery. If we see a massive recovery, that's going to be not only surprising, but pretty significant to the long side. So far, there's nothing really showing strength though. So my target would have been 910, and then probably sell through 910, unless this thing just for whatever reason bottomed out at 9 and then possibly broke 9, then that'd be pretty significant, but that would be a tough level to break here. So back to 20. We can see a recovery through VWAP, that'd be insane. Other than that, we have, let's go back to Meta. Meta finally breaking lower. I missed my opportunity to enter for shorts, I guess, for put position. Actually, I didn't. What am I saying? We can still enter for puts. Hold up. I'm not gonna get in just yet. I just noticed that 1 minute MACD wants to curl here, so I'm not gonna push my luck. But the daily low still hasn't broken yet. But once that daily low breaks, I think we have room back to this low here, the low of 65. Low of this candle's what? 167. Well, I mean, I missed my opportunity, I guess. I'm not gonna chase it. If it pulls back, cool, I'll get in on a pullback, I guess, but I'm not gonna chase it down here. It'll probably break this low without me, and then it's probably gonna break this low as well without me. I'm gonna let it do its thing. I'm not gonna trade it. I've already gotten trashed on by this one too many times. It's just not worth even chasing down here. I feel like I'm pushing my luck so bad. Like a part of me just really wants to get in because I called this move out this morning. I was like, it's gonna drop after its huge run up here. I think it's gonna drop, and I'm right on it. Like every time I'm right, it's just I either sell too quick or I take such a bad position or whatever. Like, it sucks. I'll wait for the MACD to curl on this one before I decide to take a position on it. But again, the 5 and 10 minute also look pretty strong, so I'm not gonna bother. I'll wait for it. I'll just wait till later. ISAG's curling here. GROV also had this one on watch. GROV's daily doesn't look so bad. I think this one does have a little potential. I would take small size on it if I were going to take the entry. 5 minute MACD is curling above. I kind of like it here, but it has no volume and the spreads are kind of big, and I would be really pushing my luck and breaking several rules if I do take this trade here. So let's just say I entered at 35. I'm not going to take it because I shouldn't be taking trades like this, if I'm being honest. It's completely dead on volume. There's nobody trading this. 35, it looks really good for a break of its last 5 minute high, last 10 minute high. There's 50 now, so perfect break. That would have been a really nice trade so far. Let's see if we get all the way to the halt level here. That'd be really impressive if we did. Just would I even get an exit is my question. 52, hit 54. But with the low volume in it, is it even worth it? So what a crazy catch, you know, just how weird is it for me to catch this? There's 60 now. 65 for a second. I caught this literally on time. That would have been such a successful trade right there. I think from 35 all the way to 65, 30 cents. An immediate rip on low volume. An obvious entry that I didn't want to take. I still wouldn't have taken it even if it was that obvious. That's why I just didn't take it. I didn't. It would be breaking my rules, and I notice every time I break my rules, I'm always losing on it. Like yesterday, broke my rules on USEA, and I knew I shouldn't have, but I did, and it was an immediate loser. And it's like, if I have no discipline on it, what's the point of trying to improve my trades or whatever, having a strategy, if I'm just gonna break it anyways? So because it just didn't follow my rules, why am I gonna bother with it? The GROV, that was a really nice trade if I would have taken it. Now we're back to 70. And it would be the potential break of 7. That's what I would really want to see here. There's 76 there. At this point, I would get rid of it because of how extended it is and the amount of volume. It's coming up to the quarter dollar, and it's just pretty extended now off of its VWAP. It could break to 7. I don't know if I give it that much credit though. It'd have to pull back, I think, and then we could see a potential break in this next 5 minute. So if we see some consolidation here, sure, but that would have been a solid trade. 79 now, and a rejection back to 65 on the bid. But again, getting filled on this, that would have been tough. The spreads are pretty big. 10 cents for a second. Dang, all the way back to 50 there. Quick drop. The pop to 70. So really nice on GROV. But I think, like I said, I think I'm going to wrap it up already. If I was on GROV right now, or just in general, I guess my target would want to be the daily high break of 792. That's what I'd be looking for in terms of a new target. It has quite a ways to go, but if this one's really that strong and it gets more volume in it, then it definitely has the potential to break its high. Because right here it's already popping up to 75. So this is a pretty solid move if I would have taken my entry there. But again, I didn't want to take it. I'd be breaking my rules, and it wouldn't make sense for me to take it based on what I had seen. Let's go to SRG. SRG is not recovering. MACD is curling on the 1 minute, but it's pretty much done. The short entry would have been right here when I had seen that rejection at 70. That would have been the time to get in on the short, and that would have been such an amazing short. It not only hit my target, to this level, 920, but it also hit my target to 910. So if I would have just held that entire position, that would have been like a whole 60-cent position, or 50 cents even, if I sold a little earlier, whatever. And that would have been a nice ride all the way down. Now I probably would have got rid of it like a long time ago. I probably would have got rid of it around here, 940, if I'm being real. But still about a 30-cent move. If I took 500 shares like I said I would, that would have been a perfect short. That would have been awesome. I did miss the ride on a couple of these trades here, but I don't like trading under VWAP, and I wasn't expecting such a massive rip, but once it ripped the way it did and then recovered, I was like, okay, get in for another. The exact same, trade that I took here, I was taking on the other side. So this one as well, once it held above VWAP for sure, and it was kind of making a triangle here, I was like, okay, if it breaks again, I'll just get in for another rip. So that's what happened. I didn't expect it to rip all the way to 970, and I undersold on both, or basically all my trades today. I undersold bad. So it's something I need to work on. I need to figure that out. Again, GROV could have definitely taken this entry at 630, and that would have been a profitable trade for sure. But it was light on volume. I didn't want to risk it. It would be breaking my rules. The spreads were pretty big. If I took bigger size, it wouldn't make any sense, especially if it just flushed on me all the way to 610 or even 6, then that would have been pretty bad. 30-cent loser right there. That would have gave all my profits away and put me right on the day. So just because I was sure what it was gonna do based on the formations that it was showing. but it just wouldn't have made sense for me to have taken that trade based on, you know, my rules, not to trade under 1 million in volume, not to trade with such large spreads, and then take large positions on, you know, stocks like that. Could have taken a small position on it, 300 shares, but it still would have been breaking at least 2 of my rules. And like I said, what's the point of trading a strategy or rules, or having rules if you're just gonna break them? So you know, although I did see an opportunity there and I did see potential, I had to follow my rules, I guess. Same with Meta. Meta, we got that pullback, the one I was looking for, and then we're rejecting again. I could still get in here, but it's double bottoming, it seems, at 168. But I feel like, you know, I missed my opportunity a long time ago back here. But again, I'm here to focus on short-term stocks, I guess, and not take, you know, quick scalp options trades on it. My other account, I don't know. I do still see it as a short down below this low here. Could get in. I think instead of me contemplating on it, I think that's what I'm just gonna do instead. Is just get in here. What's the point of wasting my time? Lying to myself. So I'm getting in there. I'm in super early. 168.50 is basically where I'm in at. And again, I'm going to be looking for that low to break here and go for that daily low, 167.78, where my target would really be, and then push through this low here of 165.46. That's really where I want to be. But we'll see what it does. Give it time to pop up, pull back, whatever it wants to do, and we'll see if we can get that continuation down below. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Let's go back. We finished up 68, so canceled out my day yesterday. Not a bad day. And we are finding consistency, which I find awesome. Like, if it wasn't for yesterday, this would be about my 6th or 7th day of being green, which is awesome. It's nothing significant. Like, this is nothing. And that's also because I'm taking larger share positions, which is kind of making me even more nervous because, you know, I should be making a little more, but I am taking profit while it's there. It's better to be up some than be up none. What I do think I should be doing is taking maybe more trades instead of hesitating so much, because I'm missing out on these big opportunities that are here. Like this one, I should have taken, but I didn't. I just didn't want to trade it below view out the way it was. If I took this trade here, you know, that could have been an extra $30 maybe. You know, if I took the short here, that would have been an amazing trade. So hesitating on these big positions here, I feel it's something I need to work on, because I mean, I'm missing out on profit, I guess, by not taking or not being as active in my trades. Then again, if I'm finding consistency by the way I am trading, maybe I just have to take an even larger share size position and make a little more. Because if I made $70 today, if I took, I guess, double the share size, I could have made about 150 with 1,000 shares, and 1,000 shares is relatively small, and I could most likely still get filled on 1,000 shares, you know, especially with how much volume this has. It's 24 million right now. Like, I most likely would have gotten filled on all my exits with 1,000 shares, because 1,000 shares really isn't a whole lot. So I don't know, maybe I'll step up the share size again, instead of taking 500. But I think 500 is going to be my starter. If I took 500 because it was slow today, it was pretty slow like yesterday. And 500 just seemed like a new basis for me instead of 300. Still a step up, and it's nothing significant, but you know, it's better than taking 1,000 right off the bat, because 1,000 each, you know, cents is basically $10, whatever. So I don't want to be losing out so much on a rejection, especially with the slow open. I don't know. I felt like 500 was a good small size to take to start the day, a slow day at least. If the day was looking good with all these stocks on the scans and everything, then sure, I would take 1,000 right off the bat. But just knowing that I'm consistent with the way I'm trading at the moment, I think if I push my I guess activity here in the market, if I just kept trading other trades that I normally wouldn't, maybe I'll just get a little sloppy, what if this didn't reject? I shorted and it ripped through the high 980 and then hit 10. Would I have traded that like realistically today? Obviously not. So I didn't have enough confidence in it to want to take it. Obviously that's why I didn't take it. So, I did feel once, like I even said, once it rejected, then it's probably going to break the low and that's going to be it. And I had more of a short bias on it anyways up here because of how I was acting with all these rejections. But I didn't take the trade regardless. So should I have taken that trade? Maybe, maybe not. Obviously, it would have turned out the way I wanted it to. I don't know. Maybe I should be more active with a smaller share size. Maybe I should be less active with a bigger share size. It's kind of hard to say where I want to go at this point. But one thing I do know is I definitely want to spend more time here in the market. I'm staying a lot longer than I normally would, so it's already 10:13. Before, I'd only stay till 10 just about and wrap it up, maybe like 9:45, and then just wrap it up. But I want to get more time in the market. I want to be a little more active, see if there's a lot more potential somewhere else, or after 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. I mean, and make the right moves. I don't know. So with that being said, I'll wrap it up. Stop running my mouth here, and I will see you guys next week. We're green this week. We're finally green, so awesome. We'll be swapping to the live account sometime soon, just because I am finding this consistency, but I don't want to push my luck just yet. I might just finish all July with the sim account and then move on to the live account in August. So we'll see what we're gonna do here, and I'm really excited for it, especially if I can continue finding this consistency in such a bad market. I could just imagine what it would be in a bullish market. So if I'm profitable here, it's gonna be great when it does come in. Okay, I'll see you guys next week.